The final crazy story happened the night before we moved out. It was around 11 p.m. I was laying in bed, scrolling TikTok, surrounded by boxes and bare walls. Everything we owned was already packed. The house felt hollow, like a shell of the place we once called home. Despite everything that had happened, it was a bittersweet moment. We were relieved to be leaving, escaping what we jokingly, but not really jokingly, called Afghanistan, Pennsylvania. But at the same time, we loved the house itself. The massive kitchen with brand new appliances, the freshly renovated interior, the family room we had turned into our safe space. After the first shooting, we moved everything upstairs to the central living area. That room backed up to a wooded area instead of the street, which felt safer. It had the only bathroom in the house. Our bedroom was just steps away, and we'd turned it into something special. LED lights, neon accents, an entertainment system, gaming consoles. Looking back, that room was also why I constantly worried about someone breaking in. Now, it was all gone. As I lay there thinking about how much I'd missed the house, I heard multiple car doors shut outside. That immediately snapped my attention. After everything we'd been through, any activity outside, especially that late, put me on edge. I listened carefully. Silence. Then, suddenly, a loud, violent smash next door. My neighbor's door had just been kicked in. Now, these neighbors weren't exactly pleasant people. A guy lived there with his mom and their 3 pit bulls. The dogs were aggressive, constantly escaping the yard and attacking kids or anyone unlucky enough to cross their path. The mom was worse. Mid-50s, mean as hell, screaming at anyone who walked past, throwing racial slurs like it was nothing. And then there was the son. A known felon, always carrying pew-pews, known for robbing people for broccoli, bugger sugar, X, rocks, anything he could flip. He regularly got into violent fights with his mom, so the police were at that house almost weekly. The moment I heard that door get kicked in, I knew something bad was about to happen. I grabbed my pew-pew, yanked my girlfriend out of bed, and rushed her into the room farthest from their house. As we moved, the dogs next door started going absolutely insane. Then came the first volley of bangs. Immediately, I heard the mother screaming. Then more bangs. We reached the far room just as the son started screaming, followed by dozens more bangs in rapid succession. Then silence. For a few seconds, everything was still. Then I heard all 4 car doors slam shut and tires screeching as the car sped away. I waited, listening, making sure it was over. When I finally looked outside, the street was eerily quiet, except for lights flicking on in houses and sirens approaching fast. Every cop in that small municipality responded. Less than 10 officers total, but they rolled in hard, pew-pews drawn, rushing into the house. Paramedics followed shortly after. They carried the mother and son out. Later, I found out the mother was pronounced unalived on arrival. The son didn't make it until morning. Just like every other incident, I gave my statement and went back inside, forcing myself to sleep, because I had an early appointment to pick up the moving truck. The next day, while loading boxes, all I could think about was what had happened hours earlier. Weeks later, I spoke with one of my former neighbors and finally learned the full story. Earlier that day, the son had robbed someone and taken all their product. That person gathered a crew and decided to rob him back. They came armed. When they broke in, the dogs attacked first and were immediately unalived. The mother started calling the police. One of the men pew-pewed her. When the son ran downstairs and saw what happened, he opened fire. They fired back. He was hit multiple times. They grabbed what they could and fled. Everyone involved was eventually caught. The final count? The mother, the son, all 3 dogs, all unalived. That night cemented something for me. Leaving wasn't just the right decision, it was the only one. I've heard the area has gotten better since then.